Hey guys, welcome back to another session of Evony with Genghis on server 68. So today we're going to look at archer generals and their gear. So I have one, and she has complete gear. She has everything that you would want on your archer general, and we'll just go over this one at a time here. So Ayers bow. It's very important you go with the Ayers bow, because if you look at this, it has range attack and marching range attack. So it's added into that. So if you go and look, so it has two different attack buffs. If you go into the Achaemenid gear for the bow, it only has one ranged attack. So that is a mistake. I'll just show you an example here in our general rankings. So one of the better players who came over from 136, Dipshit, and that is his name. So I'm not making fun of him there. Anyways, he has the Achaemenid bow. I feel bad for him because he has incredible buff percentages at the bottom. You could see them there, but he loses out on that 22% extra for the marching range attack. So I guess this is just something that eventually he'll get to fixing it, but that's a hard pill to swallow, because those refines are just excellent. But so you have to look and compare other people's generals, right, to make sure that you have it set up properly. And then here, the courageous armor, it has ranged HP, and the boots, ranged HP. Helmet has helmet has ranged attack. And if you look at the Achaemenid courageous leg armor, it has more ranged attack. And then the ring here has ranged defense and ranged attack. So if I go look into, if we just go to compare a couple things here. So one specific question that someone wanted me to answer was which ring to put on your general. And this is the ring that I have. It has ranged troop defense and ranged troop attack. There is an option to go with the, okay, so it's the Fearless Ayers ring. This one also has, ranged attack. These two rings, these are the options that you have for your archer general. So this one has ranged troop defense and ranged troop attack. Now if we look at the Fearless Ayers ring, it has ranged troop attack and march size capacity. So you get march size capacity. When you buff that up 5 stars, you'll end up 11%, as opposed to 40% range troop defense. So that's a decision for you to make. Almost everybody in the game goes with the Achaemenid ring and gets the extra defense on their troops, especially because when you're larger, I've touched on this in another video, when you are a larger player and you're in a large alliance and you're going to be rallying more, there's no real difference if your march gets an extra 80,000 troops into the rally versus someone else's troops. It's better to have your troops actually stronger than the other ones, than your troops if they didn't have this Achaemenid ring. But if you're a solo player, you're new on a server, you get to keep 30, forge 30 really early, and you can't get to 33, you can't get this ring, there's nothing wrong with putting this ring on early and just terrorizing some people with that extra range troop attack. But eventually you would probably switch to this. So now let's just look at our general list. And we will just change the chat over there. So we will look at our general list and compare. So you have to really compare everyone's generals, and I'll show you why. So right here, we have the exact same gear that my Archer General has. So basically, this is Huntress, one of the better players, and basically, these three gear are going to be Achaemenid gear. And then these three gear are going to be Heirs gear. And now we can go and look at some other players just to compare. And I'm going to show you why you have to actually compare them all the way. So this is Mini Mag, another one. And he has the exact same gear. So same as me, same as Huntress. So these are Achaemenid. And then these ones are Heirs. Now, I'm going to show you something that really isn't that big a deal, but it's a reason why you have to compare. So if we look at up top here, looks like Dirk McGurk, White Mamba, has changed his name to Portal Patrol. I'm not sure why, but probably just to do with Battlefield. I guess he was something to do with portals. Anyways, doesn't matter. He has Heirs boots. He does not have the Achaemenid boots. And the reason for that, these are the incorrect boots, but there's not that big a difference so for which boots he's going to wear. The reason he kept these is because, as I've showed you guys before, the game developers change the game often. So he already had these boots made, and you can look at his buffs at the bottom, and they're just excellent. So it's not worth redoing because I'm going to compare these two boots. So he gets range HP here from these boots, and then some march speed and nothing else, right? Just mounted troop defense, marching mounted troop attack. And then if you look at the other boots that everybody else has, right here, it's the exact same thing. It has range troop, march speed, and then the only other difference is the people with the Achaemenid boots will get the enemy siege attack debuff of 35%. But that's really insignificant because with all your debuff gear in the game, you're going to be well over the cap of debuff for siege. You're going to be in the 1300, and you cannot use all that debuff anyways. So it's insignificant and means absolutely nothing. This does not harm his general at all. It's still the best one on the server, and there's no reason for him to change this. But obviously, if you're starting from scratch, you would just go with the higher potential gear, have that extra debuff from siege, even though you're probably never going to use it. But it's just a way to build properly, because who knows how changes will be made in the future. So that is how you should build an Archer General. So this is Genghis, Service 68. Like, subscribe, leave a comment.